Hey guys, it's IAR Daniel. Sorry for being away a couple weeks. I had vacation on the go, plus a few other things going on. Vacation really sucked a lot of life out of me for doing things other than just relaxing, so my apologies for that, but I'm back. We're going to give a brand new video today. We're going to cover messaging, every aspect of messaging. It's a bit of a long video. I hope you watch it. Skip through the process. I should have it highlighted if you're watching this on YouTube about where different things are in the video. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, so let's get started. First off, if you do not have permissions to send messages, you will not see these options. If your position in your department requires you to be able to send messages, you need to talk to your system administrator so that way they can go ahead and add the permissions to be able to send messages. So let's get started. First off, log into your IAM Responding, and we'll get you to go to Administrative Functions. Once you hit the Administrative Functions section, you're going to go down and you're going to see messages. There's two options here. There's send and show list. Show list will actually show you all the previous messages you have received as your user, not everybody, but your user within the last X amount of days. And you can actually go back even to an entire year and see your messages. I don't have any, so obviously it's not going to show in here. This is my demo account. But what we want to do is go to send. We're not going to focus on templates or scheduled messages. We're simply going to focus on sending a message, period. When you send a message, keep in mind the message gets sent instantly. So if you're messaging at like 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night, we all work day jobs. So I understand why people do send messages that late at night. Keep in mind that members may have different tones on their phone for messages. So a little common courtesy that I find that we try not to send messages after 10 o'clock at night for that reason. So right here is our messaging window. And right here, step one is type your message. So you can type out your message to whatever you want. Hey guys. Hey folks, training is reminder that training is at 6 p.m. tonight. So you can send that message out. Keep in mind that the average text message only is 130 characters of text, so you kind of want to keep them brief. To an extent. You don't want to have them too lengthy. You can put them lengthy, but I like to make sure that if I do that, it's going to be email as well. So select your method of delivery. If you only want to send this out by email, then you simply select email. Pager, that's just another function or another field that you can fill in. I actually have an alternate number put in my pager field, so I can select that as well. Or text messaging only. Generally for messages, for the most part, unless it's something lengthy, I just always hit all. The do not disturb settings, each member has the ability to set their do not disturb settings within their profile. So for instance, if your member works early mornings, they can actually put a do not disturb setting, so it does not send it out between the hours of, let's say, 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. simply to keep it quiet in their house, so that way they don't have to just do any do not disturb. We also have some members in our department that work jobs that you can't have like tones going off. So again, that's another option. But if you need to, you can override that. And then here's your membership. We're not going to pay attention to groups because I'm going to show you that in a second. So membership. We can go and select all the members just like that. We tend not to use this function because we have veteran members in our department that are on our IAM Responding, as well as some other organizations on our IAM Responding. That's up to you that you do that, but for right now, you can hit all, or you can select who you want to get the message, And once you select all that, you simply go down to the very bottom. Let's disregard step 4 and step 5 because they're defaulted to how we want them, and you hit execute. Once you hit that option, that message is now sent. If I go into messages and show list, that message is now in there because I was selected to receive that message. Hey folks, reminder that training is done at 6 p.m. I would also normally get that through a text message as well as push notifications through my app. Let's go check out my I am responding. As you can see, that message that I got on my push notifications just came out. So I'm going to show you how to send that same message using your phone. So normally, when you log into your I am responding on your phone, it's going to bring you to this window. So what you need to do is go up to the top left and select the option there for the top left. And then what you want to do is go down to messaging. In messaging, it'll actually show you your message history right there. So you don't actually have to go in to show it, it'll show your message history. What we're going to do is we're going to go right up here and we're going to go to the envelope with the plus sign. First step from your mobile phone, from the app, is to hit this little person right there next to the to field. You're going to have the option to select your members just like you did in the app or just like you did on the desktop version. So you can go through and select your members here. Again, groups, I'm going to show you that in a minute. So let's go and select just me, because I know there's not going to go anywhere, and you hit OK. So it'll have your list of people up here, whether it be groups or whatnot. So then we need to select how we want it sent. Because this is just a general message, I want to go mail, text, and pager. And you just hit training tonight at 6 p.m. Again, you have the ability to override the do not disturb messages. We're not going to worry about template, schedule, or attachments right now. I'm going to get into that into a moment. So then all those options are right there, but I'm just going to be satisfied with that. So all I need to do is just go up here and hit the send button. So as you can see on my phone, I have it as a non-urgent message there. So it actually just goes up to my notifications window. I can hit that, and it will bring me to that message. That's how you send a basic message on I am responding, and that's it. Let's go back to the desktop, and we'll explore message groups. Okay, so now we're back to messaging. Groups this time is what we're going to go over. So back to your main page, click on Administrative Functions. So you have the ability to send messages, but I want to manage groups. What groups is, it's a group of firefighters based on their task. This could be a chief's group, an officer's group. It could be a duty crew group. It could be something as simple as if you have a group of people that took tickets for fundraising. That way you can isolate those members and send messages to those members. So we have several different groups here. Duty crew 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's go and add a new group. This is how I have it done in my department. For simplicity, active membership. I simply type in my title after I hit add. I go down here, and I can select who's my active members. So let's go Linda, Steve, Firefighter Joe, Firefighter Jake, Ryan Pennington, Ron Smith, John Strickland. And let's say Dan is a retired captain or a veteran. He just hasn't gotten taken off in here yet. Hit Save Group. Then we can go and hit the wrong button there. Add new group. So we can have veterans list. Let's say I'm a veteran, and let's say Dan Taylor is a veteran. And save group. Let's say we have another group, and it's called Officers. Leadership. Actually, it's already there. So let's go Officers Leadership. We select that group. And let's say I want to add Battalion Chief Smith and Captain Taylor to that one. And let's say Cunningham, Steve Cunningham, is also a officer. It just hasn't been updated here. Hit Save Group. At any time, you can select a group. And when you select the group, what happens is Officers and Leadership, it shows you who is in that group. So let's say I get promoted to an officer. I can just simply select Officers and Leadership, click my name, and click check, done. Let's say that, for instance, Ryan Pennington retires. I can set him now to a retired veteran. And then I go back to active membership. And it will change my selection, and I can deselect him from active membership. That's kind of the things that you want to look at in your groups. So once you're satisfied with your groups, let's go back into messaging. Messages and then send. So now you can hit training tonight at 7. I want to hit that for all. But instead of hitting this, which will go to everybody, I'm just going to click active membership. And that will go to everybody within the active membership. I'm not going to worry about attaching a file or scheduling or anything like that. I'm just going to go ahead and hit execute. And an email just came through for me. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do the same thing in your I Am Responding on your mobile device. So again, just like before, we go back in, we hit the envelope on the top right hand side with the plus sign beside it. And again, you hit the person in the to field. And instead of selecting any of the options in here, we're going to go ahead and hit the group function. So now all my groups are right in here. So I can hit active membership, done. So now I can send the message out active membership and hit send up in the top right corner. Trying to get a draw picture, but you get the difference. So there. That message has been sent to the active membership only. And let's go back to the PC, because now we're going to talk about scheduling. Scheduling messages. Scheduling messages is kind of a different kettle of fish, but I'm going to show you how to do that. Remember before when I talked about going in and scheduling a message, especially if you're setting stuff up in the middle of the night, you don't want it to go and and drop at like midnight, just as a courtesy to your members. So an option would be to hit reminder to members of special meeting tonight. So reminder to members of special meeting tonight. That's going to be my message, but it's 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. I don't want to send that message out. I want it to go first thing in the morning. So again, I hit select method of delivery, click all. Alright, let's go to active membership. And we're going to skip the attachments, but on step 5, this is where you want to go. Schedule for future delivery. So let's say I want to schedule this for tomorrow morning. So I select the 29th of August. It's still going to go at midnight, so then I got to select 8 a.m. So 0800 hours. Select 0800 hours. And title of message is not so important, but this just saves it so that way you can go back. And then you can hit execute. That message did not send to the membership, but if you click see schedule messages, it'll show a meeting reminder. And I can actually go in here and edit that a little bit. I can even change the date and time if I want to. So I can update it and hit execute. And that's how you schedule messages on your mobile or on your PC. Let's go back to the mobile device, and I'm going to show you how to do it on the mobile device. So again, from your main screen, go to messaging. You hit the plus sign. We're going to select our membership and hit active membership. Type our message in. And then scroll down and hit schedule this message. Then you hit your date that you want to go, which is right below the checkbox. I'm going to select the 29th. And then at the very top, it's going to have set time. It defaults to the time it is when you're making the message. So I want it set at 8 a.m. and hit set. So, at August 29th at 8 a.m., this message, we're going to put a title into, will go and send. Just need to go back up and hit mail, text, and pager, and send. So that message is scheduled. If you go to the triple dots up here in the right hand corner, next to the envelope, you can actually go and see the scheduled messages. And the message that you scheduled on the PC will actually show up here as well. That's message scheduling. So let's go back to the computer and we'll go to the next step. Okay, next up, I'm going to show you an alternate way to schedule messages. This has to do with upcoming events on the main screen. This is my preferred method for scheduling messages. If you go View, Edit, over here on the right hand side, it'll actually bring up a calendar. Let's say our meeting, our first meeting in September, is the first Thursday of the month. Let's delete this, delete the series, done. So the first Thursday of September is our first meeting. double click on the first and you'll bring up this window right here. This is what I prefer. Meeting 7 p.m. 8 p.m. Sorry for the Apple update. So, meeting 8 p.m. tonight. The description does not go in a text message, so I don't normally worry about filling that out. Go over here, uncheck all day. This will give you times. So the 6th at 8 p.m. and then September 6th to 9 p.m. 9:30 actually, let's say. Location, Bridgetown Fire, or Southside Fire, I guess. So Southside Fire Station. So there's a checkbox here that says send invitations to the following. Now you can select your membership just like you did here, but you can also go here and hit your groups. So because our general meetings are open to our veterans, we always invite them as well. So you can select off however many groups you want to go. And down here, you can send event reminders via email and text message. What that does is that actually allows it to be sent out to those members. And then you can actually even say, for instance, 12 hours beforehand, so 0.5 days. So at 8 o'clock a.m., that message will go out. If it's 8 hours, at noon, that message will go out. So whatever you put in here is how many hours before that message will come out. So let's go 8 hours. You don't normally put send notification about this event right after seeing it. I'm going to do that because I want to show you something. And because our meetings are always on the first Thursday of the month, you can actually select recurrence. And if it's a weekly thing, you can select weekly, so every week on Thursday, every 4 weeks on Thursday, every 5 weeks on Thursday. I prefer using the monthly method. So I select monthly, so the first, go second, third, fourth, last. The first, and then day, weekday, weekend day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The first Thursday of every 1 month. If you have biannual meetings, just select 2 months. So first Thursday of every month, I want this to recur. And you can select up to 2 years in advance. You can have that message go out. Now, if I try to use the if I go back to here, 24 occurrences is what actually I want it to be. So after 24 occurrences, I'll have to redo this. You can only schedule 2 years in advance, but that's fine. And then hit the save button. So that has now been scheduled. You can do the same thing for trainings and schedule in advance. You can do the same thing for anything. If you don't want it to recur, just don't select that button. But this is the way I prefer to do it. And you can actually even do an RSVP on this stuff. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you how to use the events section that I just showed you on the PC. And you can do it in your phone. It's not in the messaging area though. It's actually on the upcoming events section. So just like adding a message and to send, you would just simply hit the plus sign up in the corner and fill out the information. Just like before, who to send it to, you'll go to contact list, hit active membership, start, stop, subject, location, recurrence, it's all in here. and you can do everything right from your phone. So let's go on to the next step. So let's go back to the administrative functions and messaging. So we're going to put training or meeting tonight. And then you can do all. Select your active membership and your veterans like you did before. And then you can go schedule for future delivery. So let's say I want to go to the first Thursday again, which would be the 6th. Because I can't schedule ahead of the time, it's going to be go at noon. So you have to select noon for that message to be sent at noon the day of. And just put meeting reminder. Hit recurrence. And just like the other one, you can set it up here. The thing is this way, the meeting reminder will come from your user profile. So it will come from whatever your username is on I Am Responding. The other way comes from just the system admin. It doesn't actually tie a name to it. I prefer using the other way, but you could do it this way too. So the first Thursday of every month, and then schedule everything ready to go, and hit execute. And if you go see schedule messages, you'll actually see all the messages going forward, and it will schedule, so it is recurring. So that's how you do that. Templates is something you can use. You just type out what you want, and you can save it as a template, and you can use it going forward in the future. I don't use this very often, but it is there. I'm not going to go over it today. The last thing I am going to go over is setting up your I Am Responding to send out a attachment. We actually use this in our department to send our meeting minutes out in our department financials. We are a volunteer organization. If you have an application for a training course that you want, you can scan it and attach it. If you want to have policies and procedures sent out to a member, or updates to policies and procedures, anything like that, you can do that. So let's just go and say meeting minutes. So meeting minutes in preparation for this week's meeting. Hit all because we want it to go to everybody again. Let's go active membership. And step 4 is where we want to go. So you just simply hit choose files. It will open a window. And then you can add whatever you want there for a anything you want for an attachment. So you can select anything that's an image basically, or an Excel sheet, or a Word document, or PDF. We prefer PDF when we send it out. That way it's a lot harder to edit. So you just hit the execute button, and that message will be sent out to your users that you've selected. You can do this on a mobile device. I'll show you quickly. If you go to your mobile device, hit add. We'll go and add our group, active membership, mail, text, pager. Just put some text in there to get it to go, and you actually can select a file here. That's one way to do it, and then you'll hit your most recent files. And that will send it out. Alright guys, so I hope that helps you a little bit with messaging. I know it's a lot in a short period of time, but there's many different ways to get your messages out in your department. Scheduling messages is a wonderful thing. You can set it and forget it. Just keep in mind that I Am Responding does not compensate for holidays. If you have to cancel an event, you can cancel it, but make sure you're not canceling a recurring event or a series. and that sort of thing. So it does take some getting used to, and just play with it and learn with it. And that's basically it, and that is messaging in your department. So thanks again for watching. I hope you learned something, and have a great day. Take care and stay safe.